UK is one of the information sharing countries of the Five Eyes: USA, UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand. According to Reuters and The Times on the 30s, Putin will probably face a military revolt. It is very unusual to see some Russian soldiers stationed in Ukraine refusing orders, destroying equipment, and making the mistake of shooting down one of their fighters. It is also important to note that Putin and the Russian defense minister are not currently in Moscow. And given the nature of the war between Russia and Ukraine, Western intelligence officials see it as Putin's personal war caused by the dictator's own will. In particular, they said Putin's aides were hiding the truth about the failure of the operation, and Putin's personal war was facing a military rebellion. They said that Russian command and control has been disrupted by the low morale, logistical failures, and high casualties of the Russian army. Fleming, director of the intelligence service, said Putin had greatly misjudged the capabilities of the once mighty Russian army, and at the same time underestimated the fierce resistance of the Ukrainian people and severe Western sanctions. And officials who fear Putin predicted there would be negative consequences for telling Putin the truth. Even in the United States, there are perspectives that Russia's operations are not being carried out properly. 3 U.S. officials who are familiar with military intelligence reported to Reuters that Russia's precision-guided missiles have a failure rate of as much as 60%. Military commanders said that if they fired a missile, it would hit the target and give it a positive result. But if 60% of the missiles strike the wrong target, the operation could not be properly established, they said. There are so many problems with the military equipment that one Russian commander committed suicide as an extreme choice. The commander who committed suicide said that only one of the 10 tanks the commander had was usable, and the remaining 9 were inoperable due to various problems. There is also an analysis that China is taking advantage of Putin. Intelligence Director Fleming said that Putin was being deceived by China. Xi Jinping has been taking advantage of Russia's economic weakness to buy cheap oil and gas, as well as seizing opportunities to strengthen China's international influence. According to British Defense Secretary Ben Wallace, the reason why China has not been actively supporting Russia is that China is the country that benefits the most from Russia's failure. The more Russia fails, the more China benefits, because if Russia is completely defeated, China will be able to purchase oil and gas at a cheaper price. If Russia goes bankrupt, not only oil and gas, but also food and other mineral resources can be purchased at a low price, which is why Russia should fail from the Chinese point of view. In other words, Russians will soon realize that they are truly international loners. Even China, knowing that it is not on the side of Russia, will make Russia isolated in the world. Moreover, it has been announced that U.S. intelligence officials have determined that Putin is not receiving accurate information about the war. White House intelligence chief Keith Bedingfield said at a press briefing he was receiving information that Putin was being misled by the Russian military. Bedingfield said Putin had misinformation about how badly the Russian military performed on the battlefield and how bad the Russian economy was because Putin's advisors were too afraid to tell him the truth. The Russian army invaded Ukraine from 3 sides on February 24th, but it has not been able to take control of major cities, including the capital Kyiv, until now, much more than a month later than originally expected. The Washington Post and CNN quoted an unnamed official as saying they had information that Putin was unaware that the Russian military was sending conscripts to Ukraine to be sacrificed. In this way, it was reported that the flow of information reported to and ordered from the President of Russia clearly shows that the fact that there is an obstacle. Because Putin received an incorrect report, he gave the wrong instruction, and on the battlefield the soldier received the wrong instruction, resulting in chaos. The analysis from the UK, a member of Five Eyes, in that uprising could result on the battlefield when people are confused in this way. Under these circumstances, Ukrainian President Zelensky again called for a ban on Russian ships entering and leaving European ports in a speech to the Norwegian parliament. Virtually all materials needed by Russia, whether strategic or non-strategic, will be blocked. The Putin regime would end sooner if all ports were to block Russian ships. Because Russia cannot produce war weapons such as tanks and missiles without the help of the West and the United States. Semiconductors are necessary these days for manufacturing fighters, tanks, and precision-guided missiles. The United States, Taiwan, Japan, and South Korea are in semiconductor alliances. Without the help of Taiwan, South Korea, Japan, and the United States, weapons production is impossible, which is why it is necessary to block the entry and exit of Russian ships at all ports in the West.